Join us live on the Sherry Lord Talk Show podcast. Start your day off with a higher vibrational podcast with weekly guests covering spirituality, healthy foods, and so much more. Go to sherrylord.com for more info. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us this morning on Tuesday. And we want to say welcome to the Sherry Lord Show, the Spirituality and Authors Podcast. And we want to remind everybody that if you want to be promoted, we have wonderful, really good prices for paid ads. So you just go to the website or you can contact me directly. Go to www.sherrylord.com and I'll send whatever information you need so that we can help promote you. Our ads are very reasonable and we love helping people get out there and, increase their audience and network. But we want to say something today. We have a very special guest and we're so happy to have her on our show. She's amazing. She's got good topic we really want to talk about. I know we're all going to be engaged with her, as this is wonderful. It's not talked about enough, but she's going to give us understanding. Aurora Windquist. Welcome, Aurora. Yay.
Hey, Sherry.
Yeah, and I want to say something. I read a little bit about you, and I got the Temple of Light, illuminating the path to soul fulfillment and secret intimacy. I think this is going to be amazing. And our audience wants to know a little bit about you. Can you tell them a little bit of how you got in your path, a little bit how you got where you are, and about the topic?
Oh gosh. Yeah, absolutely. Where to start?
Did you always have a gift? Were you little when you had it, or did you have it was your awakening a little bit later in life?
I've always been a sensitive one, and I've always had this yearning to connect with the sacred and to have to just knowing that there is a deeper meaning to this life and more fulfillment that was to be experienced at a young age. What I was, what was being reflected to me in my environments, my family, my friends, my community. I was very disconnected from the source of just who I was and the source of life. I felt like there was the inspiration, the drive, the connection to that meaning was missing. And so it's inspired me to search, to go on this journey. And I think a lot of us, just as, young, innocent souls, where we, sensuality and sexuality is something that's so natural and innate in us, but it's not something that's comfortably accepted or talked about at a young age. For us to really learn to honor our bodies, to learn to honor the essence of who we are in these bodies, because it's this ability to connect into more of the energetic aspect of who we are, that emotional intelligence, that innocence, that playfulness, that pleasure, and the deeper meaning of the sense of what pleasure is, to just feel so deeply in these bodies, and it can be created through the sensation and the connection that we have to these bodies, and utilizing this body, being so present with our experience, whether it's with another human being, whether it's with the elements of the earth, or our guides, just being so present with whatever is alive within us, that's right in front of us or within us in each moment, and allowing that to serve the deeper pleasure that's available to us. And that can be a sense of, reawakening what feels good, what we're a yes to in our lives. So that's why I say sacred sexuality can be a form of deep self-discovery, knowing thyself, knowing what feels good, what lights you up, what inspires you, how you relate to life, how you relate to other people. And we're all so unique and different in that way. And that's what makes it so beautiful, to honor thy beauty, to honor the power within this force of life that we carry. So Yeah. So
That's amazing. Yeah, no, I mean that's a lot to take in. That's a lot to take in. And that's a lot to really be with. Be with that. Be with you. Be in that moment, like you're saying, and feel it all. But people have a misconception of secret intimacy. Can you help with that a little bit to help our audience to get more clarity with that?
So many people were afraid of it.
Yeah.
And I think that I can speak from my own experience and some of the clients that I work with, where it's like, where they're needing to give up a part of themselves in order to be intimate with somebody else, right? Where they're needing to give of themselves in a way that they're not really in full consent to, right? Like dishonoring one's boundaries in order to be close to another person. And that's not the case. So, part of the self-discovery and the healing aspect of coming into alignment and full embodiment to our sensual sexual nature is knowing our boundaries and and putting ourselves in these safe environments, safe relationships that feel safe to us, that we're able to really fully open and to share this vulnerable part of ourselves with, and again, it's about being really present with it. Intimacy is about sacred presence to all that we are, allowing ourselves to fully be seen in all that we are. And it starts by being able to see ourselves first, seeing and accepting and valuing all that we are here in this body, in this form, and as a soul. This is also soul healing, in my opinion and in my experience. And that's what I offer for my clients, is a way to safely and intentionally open back up to the very soul essence that they carry in a way that feels good. And reflecting that beauty, that divinity, because it's so powerful when you really think of it, like just the essence of who we are, and to really open to all of that with another person, and allowing another person to see that part of ourselves. It's vulnerable, but it's so powerful and it's beautiful, and it's everything. And we can choose that. But it's a path of stepping into it for ourselves first, not doing it for somebody else, but doing it for ourselves.
That is really good advice, because people get confused with that. They feel like they got to give a part of themselves away, and they don't, and it's, and I feel this is a really good topic, so people can get clarity of not to have fear of it, that you're not giving your power away at all,
Yeah, no, you can be empowered by just knowing it. Yeah, so I'm helping people get in touch with what feels good, right? I mean, I use the word pleasure, and I think sometimes people might misconstrue that as just like surface pleasure, but it's about knowing yourself, knowing it's like it is pleasure to feel good in this body, like every fiber of your being in the full on yes. Then we're able to fully open into all that we are, and to share in that space. And that feels so good. We're all craving connection and authenticity, and we need it for survival and for our well-being, to truly connect with each other from this more authentic space. And I believe the world will be such a beautiful place once we all just get more comfortable with ourselves and getting comfortable with being with each other. And one other thing that I want to say, Sherry, about that is, being intimate and connecting with each other, but from a place of non-attachment and non-agenda.
Detaching from it. Observing.
Because that's a part of like feeling like, oh, you're being close to me because you want something from me. But if it's an intentional, like, safe place where there's like, you're just fully present.
Just being real,
Yes.
I think that's amazing.
So healing.
Yeah, how have you shifted with this in your life? What are some of the moments, or even your clients that they've healed? What are some of the things you've helped them with? And doesn't have to be names or anything, or even with yourself. You're in a situation. How did you shift that? How did you do that? Is there any tools you can give to help people get past the fear of that, and and to really enjoy
Sure.
being in the moment? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And the word that comes through and with that question is just deep surrender. Surrender
Oh,
and
that's a good one.
like
Yeah, surrender. Mm-hmm.
yeah, like letting go of the walls of
Yeah.
really needing to hide
Okay, that's
ourselves.
a good one. Yep, a lot of people do that.
Yeah. And we do that. I guide people into themselves as well as myself at times. I have a resilience basket of my own when I'm met with challenges that I'm confronted with that disconnect me from my source and my essence. I'm human and
Right.
still learning and growing. And it's finding these tools. And some of the most powerful ones are, I would say, breath. The breath brings us to the present moment. It
Okay, yeah, the
connects us to
breath. Yep,
the breath of life, right? Yes,
exactly.
the breath. So just breathing in and surrendering to what's alive, honoring what's alive, whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable, but
Yeah,
knowing we're safe in that and that we are held and that we can
yeah,
accept and meet ourselves wherever we are and just open to it, to feel it, to allow it to be alive, to allow it to move through us.
right.
And so utilizing the breath to become present with whatever it is that's alive in the moment is so profound, and it's so easy, and we have access to it all the time, to just pause, to come to the moment, to breathe, to open. And then also another powerful tool that helps to drop into that state of deep surrender. And this is so this is great for individuals, and it's also great for couples
Okay.
that are trying to harmonize and
Mm-hmm.
connect in a deeper way with each other, is to pause and to breathe together. Simply pause and be present with each other. Breathe together. Feel yourself, feel each other through the breath. The subtle energy that's alive in the moment within you and between you can really create a harmonious connection of love and deeper understanding. And then also sound. So
Ah, the sound.
just an audible, it's just connecting to that life force that's
Mm-hmm.
alive in this moment and giving voice and moving with it through vocal sound and
Mm-hmm.
your authentic expression of it, whatever it is. We get to move it, and we can also enhance it. If it's something pleasurable that we're really enjoying, it's only going to amplify these good feelings. And when people really want to open up to the more of the like orgasmic nature, which is just full body bliss and connection to the divine, is how I describe it. And
Yeah.
so it's breathing and sounding really helps to amplify and enhance that experience when you're really surrendered to your breath and to your sound. And allowing it to really just be authentic and to move through you in the most organic way. And then touch.
Yeah.
Touching the body and being your own beloved. Just creating sensation. And whether it's your own touch or, also I say just going out and feeling the air.
Yeah.
The breeze and being so present with it. Presence is everything. Just brings you into that meditative space within yourself where there's
And you
nothing
feel,
else that
yes.
exists.
And you feel so harmonious with everything, one with everything. And,
It's all for us. It can all be
yeah.
there for us, to serve us, to connect us to ourselves and to
Mm-hmm.
the greater, pulse of life. It's just not only within us, but just around us. We're connected to it all. It can all be here for us.
What are some of the, can you share a few situations with some of your clients about how you help them shift? And like everyone has something different. It could be with a partner. It could be with a family member and they seem to be blocked with something and they need to shift something. Do you have any examples of yourself or of others with that and how that shifted for you?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
I'll share one, just
No
women.
names. You don't have to give any names. Just say women.
Mhm.
Women, men. Yeah.
Women and men. Yeah, we all have, a lot of people carry sexual trauma,
Yes.
that has affected them in being able to feel safe to be intimate and sexual with their partners and to even enjoy the act of sex or lovemaking, where they feel very disconnected or obligated to do it, but they're not really enjoying it, but they want to, so I have a way of just helping people have more of an elevated relationship and awareness to who they are as sensual sexual beings, and to release the trauma that the body has remembered and stored relative to, whether it's, I'll use one client as an example. She had been violated by her grandfather at a very young age, and just felt numb, never felt any sensation in her vagina, and and just desired to be able to even open up to her partner in a way that felt good for her, because she never enjoyed it, and I did a series with her, so it took a little bit of time to really unlock that trauma and to release it so that she could really receive and open and surrender to what was really available to her through her body and through her pleasure and through her life force energy, and such a deeply healing and emotional experience for her, to finally feel liberated and open and connected to her own body again, and to even want to just put her hand over top of the vagina herself, is just, and I experienced that with a lot of women where, don't even want to touch their own body. And it doesn't feel comfortable or natural to do that. And these are our bodies, and it's the most sacred aspect of our body. So to help people come into a really healthy, right relationship of just owning and loving and accepting every aspect, even the most sacred, powerful ones that bring new life in through our bodies in this way.
People need to know, men or women, that they can heal that and that they can be free from that and they can empower themselves again. And I think that's very, very important. It's more than it's so much more out there than most people realize sometimes, that there's a lot of people affected by that. And there's other things too, besides that, in situations. But I think it's important that people, and women or men, can empower themselves again and to feel again and to be free, to free themselves from whatever the blocks were. It sounds like you've helped women and men, whoever, unblock and to really be more embodied, with their true essence. You know?
And it enhances every aspect of life when we do this. So I have saved marriages where they just weren't able to meet or connect with each other in this deeper, more meaningful way of just really seeing each other and feeling each other, wanting to be met in this space of deepness and love and understanding. And it really just takes the slowing down and to become present and to know that there's no right or wrong, that we're all just here trying to open to learn to love and honor and accept ourselves, while also learning to love, honor, and accept each other. But it takes that level of openness and honesty of just where we're at and what's alive within us, and for us to really look at that and to explore it in a safe and intentional space where we can really be ourselves and explore what it means to be sensual and sexual, and what needs healing and what needs embracing, and really learning to listen to it.
I think that's wonderful because you have many different diverse people with different situations and different souls on their own path, you know, even if it's all one, it's just their own path and experiences in life and multiple lifetimes and the current. But I think it's good for couples. I mean, what do you say to a couple? You know, when you meet, you get the infatuation, and then you go through a phase of knowing each other. You get very comfortable with each other, and then you got to keep creating with each other. But then it gets stagnant. And sometimes it kind of like forgot. I mean, how do you bridge them back together if they choose
Yeah, there is.
to leave?
I know. Yeah, it does. It takes like so slowing down again, breathe, like coming in together, having them simply eye gaze,
Okay.
you know, where there's no words
Oh, wow.
needed or
Okay.
required from either of them, but to just be present, because the busyness of life and the distractions that
Right.
we have
Mm-hmm.
can really, and the to-do lists, and to make dedicated time to be fully present with each other, to breathe and circulate life force between one another, to each
Mm-hmm.
other, from each other, and yeah, to you know, one of a profound thing that I do with a lot of couples, that are, because a lot of them really want to have intimacy and sex,
Right.
and they don't. So it's actually taking it out of the equation,
Okay.
so that they don't
Yeah.
even have to like think about it in that way, because it's about what they're really craving is real intimacy, and to
Right.
be in a state of pleasure and openness and connection with one another. So it is through the eye gazing, it's through the breathing, and then
Okay.
through just simple connective practices of touch, sensual
Right.
touch, and listening to each other's needs.
Yeah, I think that the communication is a big one there too.
Communication,
Yeah,
it is. So yeah, authentic
yeah,
communication where there is no right or wrong, where
right.
just holding space and allowing each other to be heard and witnessed in what their experience is, can be really powerful as well, to have that space.
Yeah, that's wonderful because people, they need help sometimes, you know, and how can people get a hold of you? Do you have a website, a Facebook page, Instagram?
I
How
do.
can people get a hold of you?
Thank you. I have, my website is auroraslight.us.
Oh,
Yeah. So you can find me on there. The list of my services are all stated there. And then Aurora, Casey, and Windquist is my Facebook page, and Aurora's Light, or Temple of Light,
oh.
is my Instagram page.
Now, do you teach? Do you teach too? Are you doing something? Or you're planning on something in the future?
No, I teach through like one-on-one tantric immersions,
Okay. Yep.
and private retreats for individuals and couples.
Oh, you do retreats.
I do.
Okay. And if you have anything and you have something coming up, just send it to me and we'll help you get it out there too. I think it'd be really great.
Thank
I
you.
think it's a good topic that I think it's a great topic for people who need to get beyond being blocked, you know, and they really need to empower themselves again, allow themselves to feel, be more embodied, and more than that, heal, you know, and to move and live life more fuller and more happy and more present. Like you said, you kept mentioning the word present, and that's, a lot of people aren't, because of certain things block them, and you release that, they're more present in the body, you know, and allow themselves to feel. You had a lot of good suggestions and tips for people. I think this is great. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Yeah, just, yeah, I'm here. I'm available. Love to
Yep.
connect further with anybody if you have any other inquiries.
Yep.
But yeah, creating that safety and that space to explore yourself in this way is deeply transformational and
Yeah.
empowering and enlightening.
Okay. And again, let's tell our audience how they can get a hold of you.
auroraslight.us.
That's awesome. And you guys, we're going to have her on our website too, so you can get a link there to get to her personally. And she does do her individual private sessions. I would assume they're just individual private sessions, and she offers a lot, and we will keep you posted on any retreats that she does. You're doing great work, and we're so happy to have you on our show, and we will have you back. And thank you again for being on our show, and thanking our audience for watching us and support.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. And again, go to www.sherrylord.com for updates of our guests that are coming on or the guests we've had on, so that you can still connect with them with links and everything. And we just love everyone, and we thank and love you, Aurora, for being on our show. Blessings on your journey too, for all the wonderful people you are helping. And namaste and many blessings, prosperity and wealth to all. Thank you.